The game of soccer is truly a global phenomenon. It is being played, watched, and loved on every continent and in all cultures. And more than half of our planet's population watch every 4 years when the best nation compete in the World Cup. From the first tournament in Uruguay in 1930, passion for soccer and interest in the World Cup has grown globally, and the beautiful game has been embraced and transformed by different peoples, nations, and cultures. The World Cup project tells the story of the World Cup and of those nations and these people through a series of visual art portraits. The idea behind the project is to capture in a single piece of visual art the essence and important and defining details of each of the past World Cup tournaments, including things like the host nation, the participating countries, the tournament structure and results, key players and playing style, the official match ball, and the historical and geopolitical context in which the tournament was planned and held. Here are the first 3 World Cups. The 1950 World Cup was unique in many ways, including the structure of the tournament and the dramatic final game. It demonstrated the unpredictable and captivating nature of soccer, but first and foremost, it demonstrated the sport's ability to unite people globally. It was the first World Cup after a 12-year hiatus due to World War II. Brazil was selected as the host nation, but post-war rebuilding and Cold War tensions led to the absence of several nations, including Germany and Japan and most Eastern European countries. And the participation of Western European nations was made possible in part due to the Marshall Plan, providing economic aid to Western European countries after World War II. A fascinating historical fact is that during the war, Ottorino Barassi of the Italian Soccer Federation feared that the Nazi forces might seize the World Cup trophy that Italy won in 1938, and he took it from a bank vault in Rome and hid it under his bed in a shoebox until the war ended. The Maracanã Stadium in Rio de Janeiro played a central and iconic role in the 1950 World Cup. Built for the tournament, it was the largest in the world at the time, with a capacity of over 200,000 spectators. It was the primary venue for Brazil's matches, including the shocking loss to Uruguay in the final game of the tournament, nicknamed the Maracanazo, meaning the Maracanã upset in Portuguese. This defeat lost Brazil the World Cup, and so deeply impacted the Brazilian people that it was decided that the team's uniform should be changed from white to the colors of the nation's flag. The 1950 World Cup featured many brilliant players. Among them was the powerful and fast Brazilian striker Ademir, who won the Golden Boot with no less than 9 goals, and 6 assists by the way. And the Uruguayan winger Guilla, who assisted and scored in the Maracanazo, silencing 200,000 fans in one of the most iconic moments in soccer history, and securing the second World Cup for his country. And then there were Pelé's idol and Brazil's attacking midfielder Cicinho, whose skills, vision, and playmaking abilities retrospectively earned him the selection as the best player of the tournament. And last but not least, the Uruguayan goalkeeper Maspoli was also retrospectively selected as the best goalkeeper for his performance throughout the tournament and in the final game against Brazil. As you have now seen, each piece in the World Cup project is the result of a process of research and collection of information and imagery, of sketches and drawings that best tell the story of this particular World Cup. I think of each piece as a two-dimensional installation that helps bring to life a World Cup tournament, that takes you back in time to that world, to those events, to those teams and those players. We know that visual art activates our brains in ways that makes us more curious and more interested in learning and exploring and reflecting on what we see. It is my goal with the World Cup project that each piece will not only take you back in time and perhaps down memory lane to those magical times, those magical moments, but also make you more curious and eager to learn about and reflect upon why this particular tournament for this particular game has become the greatest show on earth.